Every human being experiences suffering. Because every living thing faces difficulties and dangers in its daily existence, every living thing experiences pain. Life is difficult and perilous for all living things from the very beginning. The pursuit of growth and expansion is fraught with difficulty for all forms of life, and these difficulties persist throughout time. There will always be people, places, and things that seem to stand in the way of your progress, development, happiness, and blossoming if you enter this world too rapidly. If you take stock of your life, as you term it, you might be surprised to realize how many roadblocks there appear to be on the road to fulfillment. For some, it seems like life is always working against them whenever they try to enjoy themselves. What gives? What follows is a succession of bizarre beliefs, such as God is against me, or some such notion. However, it appears that no matter where you travel, you will encounter both beneficial and challenging aspects of life. This is connected to the Buddhist concept of dukkha or suffering. To some, this seems like a little. Some think that problems will magically disappear if you just keep thinking positively. Regrettably, that is not accurate. Keeping a positive outlook is beneficial. While it may be incredibly beneficial and cause you to undergo certain changes, it cannot absolve you from the inevitable difficulties and setbacks that life always brings. Many of these challenges originate in your own thoughts and emotions, regardless of their external manifestations, such as bereavement, disease, or difficulties in relationships. Your mind generates a great deal of needless stress. Yet, it is unaware of this. Noticing the stress adds another layer of internal pressure, making things more difficult and stressing you out. Your thinking brings a great deal of needless strife into your life. Your own thoughts is one type of impediment. You need to go through the inevitable fallout of the troubles and conflicts that arise from identifying with your own thinking in order to overcome it. To overcome your unconscious, you must first feel the pain you inflict on yourself. When we're unconscious, we connect entirely with our thoughts and feelings, our egoic mind, which can make simple things far more complicated than they need to be. Because you aren't self-aware enough, you end up creating the problems you're facing. After that, you'll face pain. This is a level of misery. To awaken, you must feel the amount of agony that comes from using the mind unconsciously. As I lay in bed one night and uttered, "I can't live with myself anymore," it is only through pain that one may say, "I can't take anymore." Finally, I came to terms with the fact that this myself that was causing me so much misery was nothing more than a mental construct. To get to that realization, though, I had to endure this pain for a very long time. The pain was worthwhile. Its function was satisfied. Then there is an additional layer of difficulty. It seems like problems are popping up all over the place. An accident or disease strikes out of the blue. Some people experience pain from the outside. What appears to be happening to you is actually happening to someone else, and you had nothing to do with it. Somebody you care about dies, or something bad happens. I haven't created that. Even if a lot of things can happen, you remain steadfast. When things go wrong in your life, the typical New Age person will say, "How did you create that?" is a common expression in New Age thought. Your leg was shattered when you tripped over a banana peel. Tell me how you made that. Tell me how you made that. I won't get into the topic of whether or not the difficulties you face, even if they don't originate in your own thoughts, but rather from other sources, were really your own doing, but it is an intriguing matter. For now, let's disregard it. It is not my intention to persuade anyone. Instead of suggesting, you better look at your life and see why you created that, or how you created that. My approach is to simply urge them to accept each moment as if you had created it. This is a lot easier to do. The key is to live in the now as if you were the one who wanted or made each moment happen. Remembering anything I've written is an exercise in futility, so please don't cite me. Instead, focus on the here and now. However, if you want to live, you will embrace this moment as if it were your own. There it is. Accept each moment as if you had chosen it. Since it is already the case, you might as well embrace whatever is, as if you had chosen it, because it is already here. So, it is a good formula for success. So, I will not inform anyone that you selected it. Perhaps you did, perhaps you did not. To hell with it, it continues to treat it as if you had manually selected it. A change is made. When you change your mindset, you'll be able to overcome any challenge far more rapidly. However, returning to the anguish is necessary. An individual's internal struggles, including internal strife and other negative emotions, are the root cause of their physical and mental pain. Eventually, you come to. Then there's the pain associated with physical existence, for instance. The body ages with time. No matter how much you exercise, how well you eat, or how many life-extending medications you take, all of which have their merits, in the end, every form always dissolves. Additionally, there comes a point when one's physical form can be seen as somewhat of a burden. It becomes more probable as one ages. Birth attribution. Of course, one could argue that old age isn't so bad if you consider the alternative, meaning that one could die early and therefore avoid the physical decline associated with aging. However, physical issues can arise and even cause pain as we age. But if you tackle those problems the right way, they won't have to cause you pain. Embrace every moment as if it were your own choice. Embracing the isness of things eliminates the need to play the victim card and whine about how terrible things are. My mom had always connected strongly with her body. She was attractive, dressed impeccably, enjoyed being out in public, and enjoyed being the center of attention. So, I wish she had gotten that lesson when she was suffering. Many people find it very normal. After then, the body's aging caused a host of ailments, including hip pain, fractures, and more. The discontent intensified over time, stemming more from the identity crisis than from the restricted mobility. The amount of stuff in the body caused a lot of pain. I made an effort to free her, and every so often, for brief minutes, she seemed to be able to separate herself from the corpse. Many people end up there. The truth is that no matter how old or young you are, or how many years you've lived, you'll inevitably face difficulties. This is the true nature of pain. All of these things are crucial. No living thing could ever evolve if it never encountered challenges. Without them, human evolution would be completely non-existent. That which appears to be a barrier may, in fact, be a doorway. Whatever appears to be holding you back in life may actually be bringing you greater self-awareness. If you can embrace each moment as if it were your choice, you will find a way to use every challenge that comes your way. Instead of whining or trying to escape what appears to be a barrier, you choose to go with the flow. The next step is to accept it and take action if you can, or do nothing if you can't. The more you identify with your thoughts, the more egotistical they become. A lot of people out there have to deal with negative, destructive, constantly critical and aggressive voices within their heads. They think that defines them. Giving up identification with one's thoughts is a necessary step toward liberation from the ego. The ego dies with that. Please show your appreciation by giving the video a like, commenting "now" to indicate your level of engagement, and sharing this advice with someone who could use it if you find it helpful. If you're looking for more videos to help you become a better person, become more self-aware, and make genuine connections with the people around you, then you should subscribe to our channel.